Hello my friends, and welcome to another episode of WWE2K, the universe nobody asked for, where the rules don't matter, the logic doesn't matter, and apparently neither does my sanity. Because this week's Raw, oh boy, this wasn't a wrestling show, this was a fever dream someone accidentally rendered in 4K. This show is madness. Beautiful, ridiculous, wrestling-flavored madness. And I'm here to break it all down and try to make sense of a universe that absolutely refuses to make sense. So take your arms, make them go like this, and let's get on with it. Right, let's talk about this because my brain is still trying to reboot. For weeks, WWE has been telling us that Stone Cold Steve Austin is the guy, the man, the champ, the Texas rattlesnake who walked into the Elimination Chamber, stared down 5 absolute monsters and walked out still holding the WWE Championship. Brock Lesnar, beat him. Gunther, beat him. Cody, Rock Cena, beat them too. It was like watching someone play a video game on God mode. So naturally, the very next night, he loses clean to CM Punk. And look, I love CM Punk, I love Stone Cold, I love wrestling, but I sat there like, what? What are we doing? Why build a tank just to have it run out of petrol the next night? It's like WWE said, congratulations Austin, you've survived hell itself. Now lose to this man who finished 6th in the Royal Rumble. Wrestling, man, is wild. But here's the thing, I can't even be mad, I can't. Because the match was great, the crowd was losing their minds, and Punk beating Austin clean is one of those results that makes you sit up straight and go, oh, we're doing that now. It's the kind of chaos that makes wrestling fun. It's the kind of booking that makes you text your mate at 2 a.m. saying, you watching this? And then, because this show wasn't done melting my brain, the Fiend shows up, lights out, boom, there he is. Austin's still recovering from the GTS, and the Fiend just grabs him and chokeslams him into the abyss. And I'm sat there thinking, of course this is happening. Why wouldn't the demonic clown man attack the exhausted champion after he's just been beaten clean? It's Monday Night Raw, baby. Does it make sense? Absolutely not. Does it make wrestling sense? Weirdly, yes. Austin looks vulnerable heading into Wrestlemania. Punk gets a massive win. The Fiend looks like a horror movie final boss. And me, I'm having a great time. This whole segment gets an up. A big, shiny, ridiculous up. Because sometimes wrestling doesn't need logic. Sometimes it just needs to be entertaining, surprising, and completely unhinged. And this ticked every box. Right, let's get into this because my eyebrows are still somewhere up near the ceiling. Shawn Michaels has just been absolutely obliterated by The Rock. Not normal Rock, not Hollywood Rock, not I'm here for 3 weeks and a handshake Rock. No. Final Boss Rock. The version of The Rock who looks like he was carved out of obsidian by a team of angry gods. The man is out here hitting moves like he's got cheat codes turned on. And then, just as the dust settles, just as poor Shawn is trying to remember what year it is, out walks Roman Reigns. And honestly, of course he does. Of course Roman Reigns comes out. Because if you're Roman, the tribal chief, the head of the table, the man who's been on top for what feels like 47 years, and you see The Rock in Final Boss mode, you don't hide, you don't back away, you don't go, ooh, maybe next time. No, you walk straight out there and you say, yeah, I want that guy, because that's how you cement a legacy. This is the biggest match WWE can make. Full stop, no debate. Roman Reigns vs The Rock is the kind of thing you put on a billboard and people buy tickets just because their brain goes, well, I have to see that. It's family versus family, ego vs ego, dynasty vs dynasty. It's basically a Marvel movie, but with more spears and fewer CGI raccoons. So yes, this gets an up, a massive, glowing, final boss-sized up, because Roman stepping out wasn't just a tease, it was a statement. It was Roman saying, I see you, Rock, I see what you just did, and I'm not scared, I'm ready. And honestly, I'm ready too. Strap me in, glue me to the chair, inject this feud directly into my veins. If this is where we're heading on the road to WrestleMania, then we are eating very, very well. Let's talk about this because my brain is still trying to catch up with what happened. Bianca Belair walks out on Raw, full of confidence, full of swagger, and she says she wants Asuka. She wants the WWE Women's Champion. She wants the Empress of Tomorrow. And immediately, every single person watching goes, wait, what? Bianca mate, Asuka is already booked for WrestleMania. She's literally got a date with Stacey Keibler. But that's wrestling, isn't it? We don't worry about calendars. We don't worry about logic. We just shout challenges into the void and hope someone answers. And then, because this show loves chaos, Kairi Sane walks out instead. And honestly, I popped. I absolutely popped. Because this is a classic wrestling swerve. You think you're getting the Empress of Tomorrow, but instead you get the Pirate Princess. That's a win in my book. It's misdirection, it's expectation baiting, it's WWE going, oh, you thought you knew where this was going wrong. And I love it. The best part is the crowd's reaction. You can feel the whole arena go from, oh, Asuka's coming out to wait a minute. That's Kairi in about half a second. That's the magic of wrestling. That's the moment where your brain goes, I didn't see that coming, but I'm very glad it happened. That's seasoning on the steak. Plus, Kairi's brilliant. She's fast, she's sharp, she hits like she's been fired out of a cannon, and she brings a totally different energy to the division. So now we've got Bianca vs Kairi, Asuka vs Stacey at WrestleMania, and a whole bunch of threads that can tie together later. It's messy, it's chaotic, it's very WWE, and it absolutely gets an up. Because sometimes wrestling doesn't need to make perfect sense. Sometimes it just needs to surprise you, make you smile, and make you go, oh, that was clever. And this was exactly that. Right. Let's talk about this absolute war, because I'm still trying to process what I watched. Liv Morgan, Charlotte Flair, AJ Lee and Stephanie McMahon walk into an Extreme Rules fatal four-way, and by the end of it, the ring looks like the aftermath of a medieval battle. There are weapons everywhere, bodies everywhere, and Liv Morgan is standing there drenched in blood like she's just fought off an entire army. Honestly, this is the best Liv Morgan has ever looked, not aesthetically. Although fair play, she somehow makes covered in her own plasma work, but as a character, as a champion, as someone who refuses to die, because that's what this match was. It wasn't just a title defense. It was a survival test. It was WWE saying, how far can we push Liv Morgan before she breaks? And Liv's answer was, you can't. She took kendo sticks, chairs, fists, boots, whatever AJ and Stephanie and Charlotte could throw at her, and she just kept getting back up. That's warrior energy. That's I'm the champion because I earned it energy. That's the kind of performance that makes you go, yeah, she belongs at the top. And then, because Charlotte Flair cannot help herself, she attacks Liv after the match. After Liv has already been through hell, after Liv has already bled half her body weight, after Liv has already proved she's the toughest person in the building, Charlotte looks at all that and goes, needs more violence. And she smacks her with the United States Championship. And you know what? It's perfect heel work. Absolutely perfect. Charlotte couldn't handle it. She couldn't handle that Liv didn't just win, she survived. She couldn't handle that Liv walked out of that match looking like a warrior forged in fire while she was the one who failed to get the job done. So she lashes out, she throws a tantrum, she tries to rewrite the ending by force. And that's why this whole thing gets an up, a massive up, because Liv looks like a champion who will crawl through broken glass to keep her title, and Charlotte looks like a villain who will do anything to take it from her. That's a feud, that's a story, that's something I want to see more of. The only question now is how far Liv goes the next time Charlotte tries this, because after tonight, she's got every reason in the world to snap. Okay, let's talk about this absolute fever dream of a match, because there is no universe where this was meant to be a one and done. Drew McIntyre comes out ready to fight like a proper Scottish warrior, and Uncle Howdy comes out ready to, I don't know, commit several crimes. And before the bell even rings, Howdy just knocks out the referee, just walks up and goes, nope, not today. That's not mind games, that's assault. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen. And then he drags Drew outside the ring and starts beating him up like he's trying to unlock a hidden fatality. So already Drew is fighting from behind. Already this isn't a match, it's an ambush. And then, just when Drew starts firing back, just when he starts looking like the Intercontinental Champion we all know he is, the lights go out. Because of course they do. It's Uncle Howdy. If the lights didn't go out, I'd be worried. And when they come back on, his chair and lantern are suddenly on the ramp like they teleported in from a horror movie. And Drew, bless him, tries to keep wrestling like this is normal, like this is just another Tuesday. But you can see it. The distraction hits him. The moment of hesitation. And that's all Howdy needs. Boom. Sister Abigail, 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre loses. But here's the thing. This isn't about the loss. This is about the story. This is about the fact that Uncle Howdy couldn't beat Drew straight up, so he had to cheat, distract, teleport furniture, and commit referee homicide just to get the job done. And you don't beat Drew McIntyre like that and expect him to walk away. He's going to hunt Howdy like a man possessed. This is the start of something bigger, something nastier, something that's going to end with one of them being scraped off the mat. So yes, this gets an up. A big, spooky lantern lit up, because this wasn't the end of the story. This was the opening chapter of Drew McIntyre v. his Uncle Howdy, The Reckoning. Right, that'll do it for this week's episode of WWE2K, the universe nobody asked for. And honestly, my brain needs a lie down. We had tanks running out of petrol, final boss rock, surprise pirates, blood-covered champions, haunted furniture, and whatever Uncle Howdy thinks he's doing. It was chaos. It was nonsense. It was wrestling. And I loved every second of it. Goodbye.